Our strategy was to work with businesses and the residents, as I said. And some of our vision that we have even after the new year, what we want to do is we actually want to get buses, believe it or not, under Sheriff-elect Ramboski's guidance. He wants to get with code enforcement. He wants to put these task force, these communities, homeowners, on buses, businesses, and so forth. Let's drive through the community. Let's identify those areas that we have concerns about. Let's prioritize those issues that we have. Let's identify them, prioritize them, and work on them together as a community. And that's our goal. And that's what we're going to start. Well, we start immediately, but we really want to ramp it up after the first of the year. That is our goal and our mission. Once again, it's just some of the same things of what I've discussed already. And that's just establishing the steering committee. That's been done. Prioritize. Ensure proper representation through the HOAs, the business associations, community civic associations, and so forth. Identify our quality of life. Referral. Tracking the progress. That's very important for us. Does anybody in here think that we have one district that's strictly, when I say district, by a law enforcement point, we have 6 districts, law enforcement throughout the community, the county, and so forth. A lot of people think this is just an estates issue. Does anybody think this is just a Golden Gate Estates issue? I assure you it's not. We have foreclosed homes throughout the entire community, from some of the most wealthiest areas to some of the most impoverished areas. So, once again, it goes back to, this isn't a problem that's just specific to one area. This is an issue that is throughout the community that we need to continue to address in a very qualitative and quantitative response. And through that, we want to track those areas where we see it occurring. Now, this is the contact numbers that I told you about with reporting. Can everybody see that? Yeah. I'll back out of the way. If I'm in the way of anybody that's trying to write, let me know. We have the TIPS line at 239-774-TIPS, which is 8477. You can always call the duty officer at 793-9319 or your district substations. And if you don't know the district substation number, you call 774-4434 and ask for your district substation. Just ask for East Naples, North Naples, Golden Gate, Everglades, Immokalee, Golden Gate Estates, whatever the case may be. And they will give you your district, and then they will put you through to your district lieutenant, and you let them know if you have suspicious activity. If you have a health, safety, welfare, if you live beside a house where the pool's turning green, nobody's maintaining it, you see children coming in and out, so forth, that's a concern for us that we need to be made aware of.
That was the last slide.
Okay, perfect.
Is that an anonymous message?
If you call a TIPS line, yes. Yes, sir.
Tracking of it at all?
No. No, sir. No, that comes into our intelligence unit.
The reason I ask is because the bank-owned properties now contain an addendum that prohibit buyers from contacting code enforcement specifically about
Sure.
code violations.
No, you can call in.
That question raised before.
Yes, sir. That comes in anonymously to our intelligence line, and that's good for us. So we can also vet it against any ongoing investigations we may have that may involve that house. If it's a grow house or something else that we may have intelligence on, so that way we just don't automatically go out or send code enforcement out to it and so forth. Any other questions? All right. I'm sorry. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You can still call the sheriff's office, and we will follow up with that. We're working hand in hand with the city, and we have a very good partnership with them. But specific to foreclosed homes, I don't know what their initiative is, so we will still follow up on that. Yes, sir.
Good night, Chief Bloom. We're contractors. I've heard you mention code enforcement, qualified code enforcement people, as well as licensed real estate people. We were curious, how does this get coordinated with licensed contractors to do specific jobs that we're qualified to do, and that an individual just isn't coming in to make a repair, like specifically handyman. Okay, this is a little struggle we have.
If I'm tracking with you correctly, are you talking about the follow-up maintenance that the county may ask?
Absolutely. I mean, it looks like a
I'll
maintenance.
have to divert that to you. I apologize. I'll turn that over to the expert on maintenance. Sorry about that.
Thanks. If you're are you saying you're interested in doing work for the county if the county is going to abate the violation?
We're licensed contractors. We're interested in working. We need work.
Okay.
And you well know the volume of work in Collier County is depleted, and we would hope to be able to qualify for any type of work that we're licensed for and work to get the licensing to do the work for it.
The thing you would need to do is to contact the purchasing department. Unfortunately, I don't know their phone number offhand, but if you call the code office at 252-2440, they can transfer you over to purchasing. And what you want to do is to tell purchasing that you want to get on the list to be notified of anything that a contractor can do, and they'll give you some choices, you know, of things that you would be interested in doing, and then they'll notify you when they're sending out a bid. And as you may or may not know, they have a local preference now. The Board of County Commissioners has determined a local preference. So if your company is based locally, then you also get a leg up on other contractors.
That's wonderful.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
You were talking primarily about homes.
Yes, sir.
Is your program
Condos?
condos?
Yeah, that's a very good question, very valid, because we know some areas where we've had upwards of 100 condos in one area that have been foreclosed upon. But with that being said, they're unique in itself because of being so close, but it doesn't mean that we still don't have issues there too. So to answer your question, yes, when I say homes, I am talking about condos also, so please make us aware of those situations. But we haven't had as much activity on the health, safety, welfare concern with condos as what we've seen with houses. Go ahead.
Generally condos own their own property, the roads in it.
Correct.
Do they have to give you permission to enter?
No, sir. No. But you bring up a valid point where HOAs, home associations, along with condos, you can be, as you know, you have your own board of rules and regulations and bylaws and so forth, so you can make things more stringent and helpful for us as far as what's expected of those individuals. Now with that can also be the other end, which we've talked about here in the steering committee. We all know, for example, once again I'll throw out, you have a home association of we'll say 100 homes. Let's say 15 or 20 of them are foreclosed on, no one's living in them. Well, the maintenance cost for that home association has not gone down. So guess who's picking up the brunt of that? A couple things have to occur. Either your service goes down because you don't have as much money coming in, you raise your rates on those that have been there and haven't walked away from their homes and so forth. So you have some issues, and my hat's off to the boards that are trying to deal with this right now, and those are some of the long-term effects that we see. That's why, hopefully I'm not getting way ahead of myself, and this will be up to Jeff and Kathleen, we want people to stay in homes. We want them to stay there, pay, at a minimum, pay the home association dues, keep the houses, keep the condos up to quality so you aren't affecting the community, so you aren't affecting your neighbors, and so forth. But that's their speech. I don't want to get way down the road. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
There's a tremendous amount of break-ins, thievery going on in the estates, and that's a two-part question. Have you caught any of these people that are doing this? And what is the police department doing to stop this? Because it's going on like every day.
Yeah. What area in the estate, sir?
The whole, we just went to one yesterday where the water pump was stolen, and they must have been interrupted because they were going to take the rest of the system. They'd already cut the pipes. And
Yeah, AC units are popular. They like to take AC units and other things.
Have you caught any of these?
We've caught several of them. Yes, we've caught several of them. And like I said, I'd have to know specific details. I didn't come with the actual crime stats. The good news is we're still down 160 crimes countywide as what we were last year at this time. So we've actually dropped, knock on wood, I probably just jinxed. So anybody that thinks that it's out of control, I'd beg to differ. Now the estates is up. I will be honest with you there. If I recall right from last CompStat, we have CompStat this Thursday, which is every 2 weeks we get together with command staff and the district lieutenants to assess our crimes and where we're at, redeploy troops and so forth. I believe we were up approximately 20 crimes as compared to last year at this time. Part 1, so that's burglaries, robberies, homicide, they're all categorized by the FBI. So as far as it being out of control, I don't think it's out of control. Is it up? Absolutely, in the estates area as compared to last year at this time. Have we made some significant arrests? Yes, absolutely, we made some significant arrests. Any other questions? All right, thank you.
Thank you.